All right, here we're getting, we are, hang on one second while we get our Facebook Live, get ready to broadcast over to our group at, let's see, at the Kelsey Code. So we will plug in this information here. So just bear with me. All right. All right, everybody. Hey, we are coming to you live. What the heck's that noise? We don't want that, all that crap in there. Hang on a second. Still getting this stuff worked out here. Let me go back to, we don't want that. There we go. I have to figure out a better way to do this, I think. And one other thing we need to get all this stuff here. And we'll put that up here. There we go. Yeah, I thought we had all that. But anyways. All right. We are live. Hey. Okay, guys. It is 9 a.m. here. Happy New Year's Eve to everyone. And that, I guess, says it all in a nutshell, right? Anyhow, hey, hopefully everybody is seeing me and hearing me. If that's the case, go ahead and let us know how we're doing there and everything. We are going to be talking about our goals here. Hang on a second. Got to print out my notes here real quick. I do have some notes for our discussion here today. And I'm going to share with you something I learned here recently. I've been in business for 30 plus years. And one of the things that I've always done is this time of year is reflect upon this past year and also reflect on the upcoming year. So everybody's setting New Year's resolution, setting goals and everything. So, we've got, hang on a second here while we're printing out our notes here for our live and all that good stuff. So, yep, we got it. We got it. All right. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. All right, guys. Hey, anyways, to get back on the topic here, I got my coffee. Everybody got their coffee? I got mine in my little angel mug here. But anyways, we're sitting, looking at this past year and then looking at the new year coming up. Plus, this is a start of a new decade too. So I think, it's time to say goodbye to 2019. It's over. Everything is in the past. There's not a thing that we can do about anything that we've done. I'm going to talk to you about a few things here that I'm passionate about when it comes to setting goals, but also about, what you can do to maybe make some improvements in setting your goals and maybe a different way to look at this to help you stick to certain things. And we're going to talk a little bit about accountability and where we kind of fit in with that with the Kelsey Code. So what we're talking about is setting your goals and being held accountable to those goals. And, so I would just want to welcome you here today. I hope you have your coffee and you're ready to go. You're ready to go and not only, enjoy the New Year's and be safe. And if you're going to be out and about, be safe. Make sure you have a designated driver. Just like we have designated water watchers and all those things, make sure you do all those things and do things right, because I want to be able to have you watch me tomorrow. And not have any problems there. So, so I'm going to go over some of the things of what I do and what I'm doing as far as my goal setting and how I'm looking to be held accountable also. And that's number one, putting my goals out there, that I will be doing this coming week. The one big goal is, saving 185,000 lives from fatal drowning by June 15th, 2029. And over 1 million lives from non-fatal drowning. That's a huge, huge goal. That's our mission. And, to reach 100 million people with a water safety message, that's another mission that we have. And then the other thing is how we're going to go about doing that. And that's, showing up on people's news feeds, showing up on the social media, and showing up things, 2.45 billion people. If we can have a water safety message show up every day on all these people's messages and things like that, I believe that we can accomplish that goal of saving 185,000 lives. The biggest thing is we have to be held accountable to those goals and be held accountable and find the right person to hold you accountable. And that's where the Kelsey Code, I'm going to kind of explain that here towards the end here a little bit about where I see us going with this. So, but anyways, let's jump into here. Let's talk about setting goals. Okay, setting your goals and reaching for your goals. So, typically we write, we write the goals like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I want to have, I want to control my schedule. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to accomplish this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to spend more time with my family. Those all sound like great goals, but those are saying things you're going to do. In likelihood, that's why the average person, what is it? Something like the third week of January, most, 65, 75% of the people have quit on their New Year's resolutions because they have not framed them right in their mindset. They have not framed them right where they need to be, with what it is that they're talking about. So, so what I want to do is talk to you a little bit more about that. So, write your goals in present tense. In other words, what I mean by that is write your goals as they've already been accomplished. For example, if you want to lose weight, you want to that you are at the weight that you're saying. So in my case, if I want to be 190 pounds, I'm living a great life at my ideal weight of 190 pounds. I'm living, it's kind of like an affirmation, but that's the goal. And I want you to, the other thing I want to talk about too is, and then we'll get to that in step 2 of setting in your tip 2 here that I'm going to talk about with your goals. But if you've already have achieved those, that's putting your mind at, that you're working towards that. And you're focusing on the positive, not the negative. In other words, I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat better. And then next thing you know, you start craving. These are things I struggle with every day. And we've got a great person, if you're really wanting some help, Trish Mulestein, who is part of the Kelsey Code. She is also owns Little Turtles Swim School and teaches little ones how to swim and float, but she also is a life and wellness coach. And her and I were talking yesterday, and she's going to be working in my life and helping me get some things straightened around about my life and as far as my wellness and health, because, I believe that in order to show up every day, we need to be at our optimum health. We have to be the best that we can possibly be. I'm a firm believer, never ask somebody to do something you're not willing to do yourself. So if I ask you to, work with somebody, or I ask you to do something, set goals, then, I've got to do it. I have to do these things. And that's the way I live my life. And so, when I put these things out there, I'm not putting them out there just because it sounds good. I'm putting them out there because I'm doing them. I have been doing them. The only difference is we need people to hold us accountable. I've had business coaches, I've had, life coaches, I've had things like this in my life. I invest in myself constantly. I read books. I'm always working to improve, but I have faults, I have issues, and I have problems. I have baggage. I have all these things, and we need to learn how, and sometimes we need somebody to help us through that process through accountability, which we'll get to that here in a minute. Let's talk about tip 2. Goals are not outcomes. Okay. Most people, when you say, I want to lose 50 pounds in 2020, that's an outcome. Okay. The loss of the 50 pounds is an outcome. I want to have better relationships. That's an outcome. I want to make more money. That's an outcome. I want to have a promotion. That's an outcome. So these things are all outcomes. What you need to do is focus more on the activity that brings about that outcome. The daily, in other words, maybe reverse engineer, look at what it is that you want to do. If you want to lose weight, make more money, reach more people, whatever it is for the next year and so on and so forth into the future, once you know what the goal is or what the outcome that you want to achieve, then the goals are the little steps that you take to achieve those goals. So that is really important when you look at the bigger picture of things. So setting those goals in small, actionable bites that you can do every day. Just like I've made the commitment to show up here every day with a 15, 20-minute coffee break. So again, I've got my coffee. So showing up here every day with, trying to bring some value and trying to help each and every person out, because, the mission that we are on around saving 185,000 lives, the mission that you're on to do with what it is that you're working on is so important that, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to get beat down. It's easy to let other people put you down. And for the most part, I believe each and every one of us, because we are probably goal-driven people, is that we are tougher on ourselves than anything else. So again, write your goals as, when you write your goals, take a look. Is the goal an outcome or is it an action? And so if we focus on the daily actions of what it is that we're trying to work on, I believe that will begin to bring the results, because those are smaller things. Those are daily goals. Those are habits. And to lose 50 pounds this year or 10 pounds, whatever you want to do, it's a habit. I have really, really bad eating habits. I have, a really bad exercise habits. I get in these, and it's this yo-yo thing. And I think most people can probably relate. I don't have the greatest relationships. That's a yo-yo thing. So again, it all requires work, and it requires to show up each and every time to be able to try to fix those things. The third tip that I have is have an accountability partner. Having somebody that will hold you accountable, that you can share these goals with, and what it is that you want to accomplish is extremely important, because that person will hold you accountable. But here's the thing. The person that you choose to have you hold accountable, if it's your spouse, if it's your best friend, if it's somebody who's close to you, or an associate, work associate, or somebody like that, real simple question to ask yourself if that person makes for a good accountability partner. Will they tell you what you really need to hear, or will they tell you what you want to hear? That's really important, because if they're telling you what you want to hear, that's all positive, that's good. It might sound, hey, you're doing great on your weight, but they're not looking for areas of improvement. They're not looking for areas of things that want to accomplish. In many cases, the people pick accountability partners that are going off in two different directions that they don't align. So here's what I'm suggesting here. Okay, is look at who you're going to have as an accountability partner, and then how they're going to hold you accountable, and whether or not they're going to really be tough on you, and when you're not living up to your expectations or what it is, will they do what's necessary? And a lot of times friends will not do that because they're friends. They might say some things, but next thing friendship, it's just like you don't loan family and friends money, for that reason, because there goes your friendship. And when you do business, sometimes doing business with friends is not always the best thing. If you have the ability to separate business from personal, then, and understand that this is business, it's not personal. If you can separate the two, then yeah, maybe a business relationship will work with a friend. But an accountability partner is not a close friend, and is not a coworker or an associate. Okay. And then, a few things just to remember as we're going forward here is we need to understand that, goal setting is looking at things in the future, setting a goal, looking at it as present tense, that it's already been accomplished, that you obtained that goal, and then setting the goals are really the daily actions. So in other words, if I want to eat healthier, then I need to, for 2020, then I need to look at that and say, what are the things that I have to do on a day-to-day basis to eat healthy? If I focus on that, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the road, I get cravings, I get something, and then I break the habit. I break the daily habit that I'm trying to work, and then I go into a cheat mode, and then it starts all over again. Same thing with working, same thing with water safety, same thing with if it's business, nonprofit, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. It's the day-to-day actions that we do. And so, so here's some final points. So how to write your goals. So make sure you understand how to write the goals. Again, present tense, that you've already achieved them. Make sure that they're not written as an outcome. Okay. The other thing is, how to achieve the goals and be able to stick to them. So that's important because if you have that plan, then you kind of know how you're going to achieve that goal, and understand what the little steps that you have to take each and every day, each and every week, each and every month to get to where it is you want to go. And then who's going to hold you accountable. And I think that's the really big thing. And, the main idea here is that, I want you to reach your goals. Just like, I want to reach my goal of saving 185,000 lives. Just imagine what life will be like when we achieve our goals. I mean, whatever that goal is, if it's to make more money, have that job promotion, have, start a swim school or whatever that is, get certified as a swim instructor, start that nonprofit, get out there and start talking to people, telling your story every day, whatever that is. Imagine what life would be like when you accomplish that. The biggest thing that I want to say here is I don't want you to live with regret. Okay. And when I say that, I speak from my own personal experience. My daughter drowned 26 years ago. We went along for about 8 years or so. And then I stepped away from the water safety. When I came back into water safety drowning prevention about 4 or 5 years ago, I saw children, I saw people that have drowned the same way that my daughter did. I had regret around that. Okay. I don't want you to give up on what it is you're working to achieve. I don't want you to live with regret. We all have regrets. I get that. But I don't want you to live with any type of regret that might be, or have something to do with that. So with that being said, here's what I'm suggesting. This is kind of something I'm going to suggest that we look at as a group. Okay. Those of us that are here as part of the Kelsey Code, for 2020 and beyond, okay, is, you're part of the Facebook group, you're part of our membership, you're part of the Kelsey Code. But the Kelsey Code, what it really, really stands for, and I've been working on this for quite some time, and I've been going back and forth, but here's what the Kelsey Code really is. The Kelsey Code is for like-minded people like us, okay, that are pledging their time and energy to make pools and water safer. But we can do that through accountability. Now, what I would like to do is look at ways that we can partner together, okay, this person with this person, and put people together that are like-minded, that can hold each other accountable as a group, okay, to reach our goals. If that goal is to have a water safety day, then we can partner with somebody else that's part of the Kelsey Code, somebody else that's here that's done that. If it's about revenue generation, then we can partner together to help bring about that result. And those that really want to speed up this, they can work directly with me. I will be your accountability partner. And so from that standpoint, I want to actually, I'm going to go here. Let me put in my show notes here, and or put in the comment section. I'm going to add this to the comment section here real quick. Let me pull it up, and let's see, where is it? Yep. Let me put this in here. I want you to schedule going into 2020. It doesn't have to be today, but go ahead and schedule a time with me today, okay? And schedule a time to meet with me. Where in the world is this thing? This would be, okay. Anyways, I'm going to add this in the comments section here, and we will put this in there. And so you can go ahead and That's my calendar link. That'll schedule 45 minutes on my clock. Actually, it's an hour, but we schedule 45 minutes, but it blocks off an hour or so off of my calendar. And I want to talk about your goals. I want to talk about some things that we can help you with. I want to be able to coach you through that process and see how we can do that. And then if there's somebody that's part of our inner circle, I have a huge database of people, and out of there we can probably partner you up with the right person to help hold you accountable. Or if that's something you want to work directly with me, we can talk about that. But that's what the Kelsey Code is. That's how we're going to achieve, our goal of saving 185,000 lives. That's how you're going to achieve your goals. Even if it's the smallest of goal to get your nonprofit off the ground this year in 2020, even if it is to get certified as a swim instructor, even if it's to start a water safety business, maybe with a product or service. It's a startup. You've got an idea. You've scratched it out on a napkin. Whatever that is, we want to help you get that, because that's what it's going to take to show up every single day and have a water safety message show up on a newsfeed on the 2.45 billion. But we're on our way for 2020 to reach 100 million people with our message of water safety. We've got a plan, a direct plan on how to do that and how to accomplish that. We are well on our way. We've reached, just this year in 2019, we've reached over 1 million people. Over 1 million people we've reached with. So, we're talking, so if we can double that or triple that for 2020, then we double that for 2021. Now here in 2 years, we're up to 10. Now we get to 20, and then 20 goes to 40, 40 goes to 80, and then bam, we are at our 100 million people within 7 to 8 years from now, which is about a 1 to 2 years before the goal. And then from that standpoint, I believe that we can really drastically start seeing the numbers reduce. And it is actionable. It is something that is attainable, and it is measurable. And that is the thing. When you look at your goals, can it be measured? Is it actionable? Do you have daily steps to make that happen? We can help you with that. And so that's what we've been talking about: your ideal avatar, your ideal contact, reaching out, daily activity, showing up each and every day, doing what it is you have to do, even if it's just for 5 minutes. So hit me up, comment down here. If you're looking for an accountability partner, make a comment either on this Facebook Live, send me a message, schedule a time with me, or just put it out there and say, hey, I'm looking for somebody to hold me accountable. I want to talk about my goals. I want to talk about things I want to achieve. So with that being said, guys, appreciate your time. Again, these recordings will be up in the members area. They will be there. They're also here. If you know somebody that needs help, invite them in. Let them know and get them in touch with me, and we will get them in part of this group here. And that way we can not only help them, but we can help you. That's what it's going to take. So everybody, have a happy new year. Be safe. Enjoy your day. Don't drink too much. Don't have any huge hangovers. And so with that being said, thumbs up to you. And calendar link is in the comments. Schedule a time with me. Love to talk a little bit more about, your goals and what it is you want to accomplish, so we can help you make that happen. So you guys are awesome. See you guys later. Now I got to figure out how to turn this thing off. Anyways. Okay. I think we got it. All right. All right, guys. We'll see ya.